the blue marble. That was our first view of ourselves. We really are the blue planet.
3, 2, 1, 0.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things.
Space, infinite, mysterious, a place of wonder and secrets.
Together, you and I must make our new agency
the most unusual place.
But what if I told you that not everything we know about space is true?
An organization that can challenge conventional wisdom.
For decades, we've been fed a carefully crafted version of reality.
We can engineer anything. We can write the requirements for.
We celebrate the first moon landing.
One small step for man.
We watch space agencies send probes across the galaxy. But behind the scenes, what are we not being told? Missions disappear from official records.
Time for this nation to take a clearly leading role in space achievement.
Signals from deep space go unexplained. And leaked documents suggest a reality far stranger than fiction. Lost missions, classified operations, objects in space that shouldn't be there. This isn't science fiction. This is happening. And today, we're pulling back the curtain on the dark secrets of space. Secrets they never wanted us to uncover.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running.
Space agencies tell us that every mission is recorded and every step documented. But what if some missions never made it into the history books? What if the first humans to reach space never came back? Or worse, never existed in official records? The Lost Cosmonaut theory has haunted historians for decades. Unofficial recordings, leaked documents, and intercepted radio transmissions suggest that before the first official spaceflight, there were others, attempts that were never meant to be public knowledge. According to reports, Soviet engineers launched experimental missions years before the first recognized astronaut's flight. But something went wrong. Unconfirmed transmissions picked up by amateur radio operators in 1961 described a spacecraft struggling to return to Earth, a voice crying for help. Then, silence. But the Soviets weren't the only ones with unexplained losses. NASA, too, has its own share of missing missions. Some erased from official records, some simply disappeared. The Apollo program was a milestone in space exploration, but there were incidents the public was never told about. Apollo 1 ended in tragedy, but some argue that other Apollo missions faced unknown threats, something more than just technical failure.
We were having some relatively minor troubles with electromagnetic interference on our spacecraft at the Cape.
What did that mean? Who or what were they referring to? Then there's the story of Apollo 20. Officially, Apollo 20 never happened, but leaked footage and testimonies suggest otherwise. Some claim the mission was top secret, a joint US-Soviet operation to investigate something unnatural on the far side of the moon. Some say there's footage showing an ancient, derelict spacecraft, its hull covered in dust, half buried in the lunar surface. Others claim they recovered something inside. A discovery so shocking it had to be buried in secrecy. But Apollo wasn't alone in the shadows. Project Horizon, a proposed military base on the moon, never made it past the planning stage, at least not publicly. What if the Cold War didn't just involve earthly battles, but secret lunar confrontations? Then, there's the case of the X-20 Dinosaur, a classified US Air Force spaceplane, officially canceled, but some say a handful of missions were flown in secrecy, far beyond Earth's orbit. And let's not forget the infamous Black Knight satellite. Some claim it's been orbiting Earth for over 13,000 years, first detected during early space exploration. Is it just space debris or something else? In 1973, the Soviet Union launched Mars 6, a probe meant to study the Martian atmosphere. It transmitted data as it approached the surface. Then suddenly, the signal cut off. Officially, it was a systems failure. But was it really? In 1999, NASA lost two separate missions, the Mars Climate Orbiter and the Mars Polar Lander. A simple miscalculation in measurement units was blamed for one failure, while the other disappeared without a trace. But skeptics argue that something or someone interfered. And then there's Phobos 2, a Soviet probe sent to study Mars's moon Phobos. Just before it was set to transmit critical data, it captured an unusual image, what appeared to be a long, dark object near the Martian moon. The next moment, the probe was gone, connection lost. No explanation. What if Mars is not as empty as we think? Lost missions, missing astronauts, vanished spacecraft. Are these just abandoned projects or evidence of something being hidden from us? If these missions were lost, what else have they been keeping from us? What other untold stories lie just beyond our grasp, buried deep in classified archives waiting to be uncovered? What if the space missions we know about are just the tip of the iceberg? What if, beyond the public eye, secret programs exist, operating outside international oversight, exploring the cosmos in ways we can't even imagine? For decades, whispers of covert space programs have surfaced, rumors of hidden space stations, unidentified craft, and missions classified at the highest level. These are not science fiction fantasies. These are real possibilities. Let's start with the X-37B, an autonomous spaceplane operated by the United States Air Force. Officially, it's a test vehicle meant for research, but it has spent years in orbit, its missions unknown, its payloads classified. What is it really doing up there? Observing? Experimenting? Preparing for something bigger? And what about Russia and China? While the world focuses on their public space programs,
the three astronauts were quarantined for nearly 3 weeks.
Their militaries have been advancing their own projects, classified satellite launches, hypersonic space vehicles, weapons designed not for Earth but for space itself. Then, there's Project Serpo, allegedly a top-secret exchange program between humans and extraterrestrials. The claim, in the 1960s, 12 individuals were sent to another planet, never to return. Officially dismissed as a hoax, but leaked documents and whistleblower accounts suggest otherwise. And let's not forget the stories of breakaway civilizations. Some believe that advanced human societies operating in secrecy have already colonized other celestial bodies. The evidence? Strange structures captured on the moon, unidentified craft maneuvering in ways conventional physics cannot explain. Could these be remnants of an undisclosed human expansion into the stars? The black budget. Trillions of dollars funneled into unknown projects. Some of the world's most sophisticated technology hidden away, beyond the reach of the public. Could secret space programs be the real recipients of these funds? Declassified documents have revealed surprising insights into military space projects. For instance, Project Horizon, an abandoned plan to establish a military base on the moon. Officially canceled. But was it really? Could there already be installations on the moon, or even Mars? And if these programs exist, what are they hiding from us? Are they protecting us from something? Or are they keeping knowledge for themselves? As we continue to push the boundaries of exploration, one thing is clear. The truth about space is far greater and far stranger than we've been told. Space has always been a realm of discovery, a frontier of infinite possibilities. But what if some of those discoveries were never meant to reach the public? What if some findings were buried beneath layers of secrecy? The official narrative tells us that space is a barren void, that Mars is a dry, lifeless wasteland, that the moon is nothing more than a celestial rock. But leaked documents, whistleblower testimonies, and unexplained anomalies suggest otherwise. Let's begin with the structures on the moon. In 1968, Apollo 8 became the first manned mission to orbit the moon. But some believe the astronauts saw something they weren't expecting, something artificial. Rumors speak of strange geometric formations, possibly remnants of an ancient civilization. Officially, these are dismissed as optical illusions. But what if they're not? Then there's the infamous face on Mars. First photographed by NASA's Viking 1 in 1976, the image appeared to show a colossal, humanoid face carved into the Martian surface. NASA later claimed it was a trick of light and shadow. But independent researchers insist that advanced imaging techniques reveal symmetrical structures, too perfect to be natural. Then, in 2012, the Curiosity rover captured an image of what appeared to be a metallic-looking object protruding from the Martian soil. Some say it was nothing more than a rock formation. Others believe it was something more, perhaps evidence of a long-forgotten technological artifact. And what about the strange signals? For decades, radio telescopes have picked up unexplainable bursts of energy, signals that don't fit the pattern of any known natural phenomenon. One of the most famous, the WOW signal, detected in 1977. A 72-second transmission so unusual, so powerful, that some believe it may have been extraterrestrial in origin. And yet, after decades of research, no definitive explanation has been given. Beyond radio signals, satellites and space probes have detected inexplicable anomalies, heat signatures where there should be none, gravitational distortions, and even objects that appear to move against the laws of physics. Are these just errors in our instruments, or signs of something watching and waiting? If these discoveries challenge everything we know about space, why aren't they being investigated? Why aren't they being acknowledged? Could it be that some truths are simply too disruptive, too dangerous to be revealed? Perhaps the greatest discoveries in human history have already been made, but instead of celebrating them, they were locked away, hidden from public view. And if that's true, what else are they keeping from us? The future of space exploration is unfolding before our eyes. Governments and private corporations promise a new era, missions to Mars, space tourism, lunar bases. But behind these public projects, what's really happening? What technologies remain hidden, and what secrets have yet to be revealed? In recent years, major breakthroughs in propulsion technology have been hinted at, technology that could alter the way we explore space forever. Theories about anti-gravity propulsion, warp drives, and zero-point energy have long been dismissed as science fiction. But leaked patents and declassified research papers accounts suggest that space agencies and military contractors may already be working on these classified advancements. And then there's the question of off-world colonies. NASA and SpaceX discuss establishing a human presence on Mars, but some claim that human settlements beyond Earth already exist. The secret space program theory proposes that breakaway groups have been operating in space for decades, utilizing technology far beyond what is publicly acknowledged. Further fueling speculation are the mysterious craft seen in Earth's atmosphere and beyond. Oddly shaped objects performing impossible maneuvers, ships that defy conventional physics. The US government has now acknowledged the existence of unidentified aerial phenomena. But what aren't they telling us? The push for space militarization also raises questions. The establishment of the US Space Force, China's growing military space presence, and Russia's covert satellite operations all suggest that space is becoming the next battleground. Could it be that hidden conflicts have already taken place in Earth's orbit? We have traveled through the shadows of history, uncovering secrets buried deep within classified files and whispered rumors. From lost space missions to forbidden discoveries, from hidden space programs to technologies that may already exist beyond our understanding. The evidence is compelling, the patterns undeniable, but one question remains: why? Why are these secrets kept from the public? Are they protecting us from something, or protecting something from us? As technology advances, as private companies push deeper into space, the truth may become impossible to hide. Leaks, disclosures, and whistleblowers are already forcing agencies to acknowledge what they once denied. Will we soon reach the tipping point? Perhaps we are standing on the brink of the greatest revelation in human history. Or perhaps, the deeper we dig, the more the answers will slip through our fingers. But one thing is certain, space is not just a place of discovery. It is a place of mystery, a place where the unknown still holds power. And as long as that mystery remains, we will keep searching.